Massachusetts. Senator Ed Markey has done what no Massachusetts politician has done before: defeat a Kennedy. Markey survived a fierce challenge by Representative Joe Kennedy in the Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate. Kennedy called Markey to concede the race around 10 p.m. The victory sets up Markey, 74, to retain his seat following an unexpected challenge that turned contentious down the stretch. For Kennedy, 39, it leaves the bearer of the most recognizable name in American politics on the outside looking in. And for the Kennedy dynasty, it's the first time losing an election in Massachusetts. The congressman will be succeeded in the 4th District, which saw a horde of candidates take aim at a rarely available House seat. "No matter the results tonight, I would do this again with all of you in a heartbeat," Kennedy told supporters in Watertown. Markey had 55% of the vote with 36% of precincts reporting, according to the New York Times. Markey will face Kevin O'Connor, an attorney who defeated Shiva Ayyadurai in a Republican primary, in the November general election. Polls close. Some Problems ReportedCongressional Races. Neal, Lynch Fend off progressive ChallengersKennedy had spent months trying to convince voters it's time for a change by showing out his progressive bona fides. Markey countered by arguing his lengthy record should trump Kennedy's dynastic name. Both appeared to have made a case for themselves, each enjoying solid leads in the polls at various points. But Kennedy's advantage peaked far too early, and he couldn't dig himself out of what was a double-digit hole as recently as this weekend. Kennedy's challenge raised more than a few eyebrows among Democrats, who wondered if his opposition was for the good of the party or the candidate. The race started out as trivial to some. Why would Kennedy, safely seated in his district, try to take down a popular progressive with whom he has admittedly few policy splits, during an election season where Democrats are desperate to uproot Donald Trump? "The difference between me and Senator Markey isn't political ideology," Kennedy tweeted 72 hours before Election Day. "It's the way we serve and show up for the people who need help most." The tweet was an extension of Kennedy's digs at where Markey spends his time following a Boston Globe story detailing how relatively few nights the senator spent in Massachusetts over the past 3+ years. And that's largely where Kennedy kept his attacks, on the periphery, avoiding many direct hits on Markey's record. But even as both candidates danced around an all-out offensive, the race corroded into a barrage of at times bitter accusations in the dog days of summer. Kennedy's campaign accused Markey's of fostering a vitriolic tone that fueled online harassment and death threats toward the congressman. Markey's campaign distanced itself from his purported supporters, while the senator himself condemned the negative attacks during a debate.